Oh no, germs.
Oh, Dan, gross. I really wish I had a tissue right now.
You know who has really great tissues?
Who?
Micronesia.
You mean Micronesia, the Federated States of Micronesia, composed of more than 600 beautiful islands and islets in the Caroline Islands, Micronesia?
Jillian, the one and only. Airfare starting at $99, just $99. Micronesia.
The only cure for a cold.
Live from Studio C in the Robert Zemeckis Center, it's The Breakdown! On today's episode, weather, traffic, and mass incarceration. Please welcome your hosts, Dan Toomey and Jillian Ruvalcaba. And now, make some noise for The Breakdown!
Micronesia. Majority stakeholders in Webkins since 2006.
Micronesia, the greatest dirt in all of Oceania.
Micronesia, we're not Tonga.
Micronesia, not overcompensating for anything.
On to the news. Folks, the Cherokee Nation issued a statement after Senator Elizabeth Warren's DNA results. Stop. Jared Kushner and Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman reportedly talk on WhatsApp. Meanwhile, President Trump and Vladimir Putin just use Snapchat. The U.S. deficit rises 17% to the highest level since 2012. Remember when we thought the world was going to end in 2012? So young.
Facebook says 14 million accounts have been hacked, leading suburban moms to update their passwords from password 12345 to password 123456. Melania Trump's plane was forced to turn around and land after the cabin supposedly filled up with smoke, to which Melania has said, "If I cannot smoke, how am I supposed to pretend I'm okay?" Singer Ariana Grande and comedian Pete Davidson broke up, so now I have something to talk about with my 7-year-old niece.
Facebook shareholders backed a proposal to remove Zuckerberg as chairman, and I agree. It's time for someone else to find what to do with all those chairs. Ridiculous. A bowling ball was smashed on an employee's head during an assault in Michigan. And this isn't Nam, this is bowling. We have rules. UConn is set to offer a class on cannabis, and the current waitlist is almost as long as the professor's hair. Folks, the ongoing opioid epidemic has affected the entire country, especially young people. Now, here to talk about this very sensitive subject is Students Against Drugs, abbreviated as SAD. Here we have with us USC chapter president Hans von Petersen, everyone.
Hi.
Now, Hans, this crisis is proving to be incredibly complex and difficult to solve. Now, what is SAD going to do to stop it?
I'm glad you asked, Dan. SAD has a 3-step plan. 1, cut off all United States diplomatic ties with the Scandinavian nation of Denmark. 2, remove all Danish influences from American culture, including, but not limited to, Legos, the writings of Hans Christian Andersen, and you know those like small butter cookie things that come in the metal tin, like your mom uses the whole sewing supplies and stuff?
Yes, yeah, I do know those cookies. Those are lovely. Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah. And 3, allow climate change to run its course and let the low-lying nation be swallowed by the Baltic Sea.
Okay. I'm sorry, Hans, but I'm not sure I totally follow this. I mean, how is this supposed to fix our drug problem?
Drugs?
You're the president of Students Against Drugs, right?
Do you mean Students Against Denmark?
Why?
Have you seen Denmark? It's a garbage nation filled with garbage people. The entire country is a knockoff dollar store version of Sweden with uglier people and inferior meatballs. The name of the dog breed Great Dane is an oxymoron.
No, Hans, this seems a little harsh.
Can you name any Danish popes, Daniel?
Well,
You can't name any. Because there's never been a Danish pope. Because the Danes are a godless people and the Catholic Church recognizes this. If I had $1 for every good thing about Denmark, I would have $0, which is coincidentally the exact value of the Scandinavian country.
Okay, but Denmark has still contributed a lot of great people.
Like who?
Well, there's Stellan Skarsgård.
He's Swedish.
Okay, York.
Icelandic.
Greta Garbo.
Swedish again.
Oh my God, he might be right.
You see my point? Shakespeare was close when he said something is rotten in the state of Denmark. But he didn't go far enough. The truth is, the entire nation is rotten. Did you know, did you know, Denmark killed JFK?
Really?
Well, I mean, no, but they might as well have. Everything that comes out of Denmark is a plague upon the earth. Just look at Mussolini.
Wasn't he Italian?
That's just what the Danes want you to think. Every major war and conflict and economic recession has been carried out by Denmark.
That isn't true.
Do you know what they did during World War II?
Yes, they were invaded by the Nazis.
Invaded? Or were they invited? Denmark has a long history of being terrible, going all the way back to the Vikings. In fact, Viking is an old word meaning terrible person who smells like garbage. Oh wait, that describes everybody here in Denmark in the Danish language. Sure, look it up.
All right, so Hans, hypothetically, if you could do something to address this Denmark issue, how would you go about solving it?
Well, like, if we could bring back the Black Death, but just in Denmark.
Okay, Hans, like, I'm gonna level with you here. It seems like all this hate towards Denmark is a little misguided. I mean, couldn't you focus your rage on someone who deserves it more, like the guy at CNN's hiring offices who won't return my calls?
Is he Danish?
All right, Hans van Petersen, everybody!
Wait, Hans, that's a Danish name, right?
Shut up!
On to the news. A 5-year-old Michigan boy is selling pumpkins to raise money so he can buy a service dog. And let me just say, it is so cute that he still believes in capitalism. A life-size plastic whale was built to raise ocean pollution awareness. It was then dumped into the ocean. Stephen Hawking warned in his last book that superhumans will take over, AI is a threat, and people will conquer space. And now I'm debating whether to eat Taco Bell or to crawl in a bed.
Folks, almost half of U.S. births happen outside of marriage, which is interesting because I thought they usually happen inside hospitals. An article by Fox News lists 8 valuable home features that might actually be a waste. And if one of them is my bidet, I swear to God, you need to stop spreading this fake news garbage. Love my bidet. A new study shows that half of parents think that the flu shot actually causes the flu, which is why I avoid homework because it will make me stupid.
Friends and family are searching for a 22-year-old who went missing in Shadow Hills, and this is why you don't live somewhere called Shadow Hills. A new study finds that the fastest drive-through in-line in America is Burger King, but I usually prefer my method of driving directly through Denny's. A python was recorded falling through the ceiling during a bank meeting, and you go, girl, break that glass ceiling!
Break it. Folks, we have a really exciting interview coming up. I mean, have you ever heard of a woman named J.K. Rowling?
Yes.
Well, here today we don't have her. We have Fern Winters, author of Pickles, When Will My Husband Return from the War?
Oh my gosh, I love her!
Personally, I did not enjoy the book because pickles belong in the kitchen, not the battlefield.
All right, but let's welcome on Fern to discuss her upcoming book, Birds Complaining About Retail?
Fern.
Hi!
Hello, my darlings. My beautiful wife and husband.
I'm seriously in love with you.
Right. So, Fern, let's talk about your new book. So you've written the first half.
Blindfolded, tied to the back of a horse, a white stallion named Jerome.
You fantastic woman.
Anyways, it's set to release next month, and you haven't revealed about what's it about yet. But is there anything that fans should be excited for? Do you have a favorite chapter, maybe?
It's called Connect with Your Eldest Son. Spend a day bowling. Bumpers up, bowls down. It's a working title.
I don't have a son, but maybe I should get one so I can do those things.
Oh, well, Jillian, you can always go bowling with me.
It's not the same.
Right.
I just finished another chapter last night, actually. It's called Connect with Your Hairdresser. Spur a little riot at his place of work and throw a chair through the window.
Man, that sounds great, but not so legal.
Wait, what is your book about again?
I think readers will really enjoy the 5th chapter. Connect with your great uncle twice removed. Go inside the local auto body shop. Hug your sweaty uncle. Get the sweat all over your face.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but your book seems to be tackling relationships?
It's the title of the book.
No, it's not. Its title is Birds Complaining About Retail? I mean, have you ever been in, like, a relationship? Like, your chapters seem very specific.
I've been alone for 72 years.
You're clearly not 72, Fern. Look, if your book's about relationship advice, don't you think you'd benefit from, I don't know, having one?
I'd never, ever thought of that.
You're going at your glasses right now. Stop.
Friction, darling, friction.
Okay.
You know, you're right.
Oh.
I have yet to write about children taking caterpillars home for the first time. Guess who's home for dinner? The caterpillar.
That's not what we're getting at.
Okay,
This is
you know,
not
sometimes I would dress up as a cicada. I mean, would that work?
Step 1. Make the caterpillar feel comfortable. Tell it to take its shoes off. Did you write that down?
I'm writing it down.
Step 2. Get it to drink some seltzer, but not in a date rape way.
Oh, God.
I always love a good seltzer in the afternoon. Dan, did you write that down?
Sorry.
Okay, step 3. Offer to draw a bubble bath, but only his side of the bath with bubbles. I'm allergic, so. Dan, I swear you haven't written any of this down.
I am writing this down. Look, did you write yourself into your instruction book? I just don't really understand. What do you think a relationship is, and what do you think people do in them? I still want to go back to the pickle as well. That was the first thing that's brought up here. And stop licking your glasses.
I think I'm going to leave.
Why?
Because a relationship is like a pickle, Jillian. When you take a bite and it's still raw, it's absolutely disgusting.
I have no idea what just happened. Moving on here. Folks, football season is in full swing. And with more to talk about it is our next guest, your football coach in high school, Rex McDonald.
Woo! Let's go!
Hi.
Whoa! Let's go. Huh? Yeah. You ready for this football time?
Okay, all right, Coach Rex. You seem to be a little intense. You can just tone it down a notch. You know, it's a talk show, not a football field.
Life is football practice, Jillian. You gotta look your linebacker in the face. You gotta punch him in the snot box and send him home crying.
I'm sorry, what?
Look, Coach Rex, we thought we'd have you on here to talk about the NFL.
You mean the National Fairy League? Yeah, that's what it's come to. Back in my day, we used to hit our heads so hard we used to vomit blood for an hour. And boy, did we love that. Talk about a real meat, sweat, grind out, just armed and fabulous, Miss Congeniality 2 type football.
So what's your take on the NFL?
Okay, he's from another time, Dan.
A better time. Back when fundamentals were fundamentals.
Okay.
Back when you used to break down, wrap up, tackle, and steal money out of your uncle's back pocket and funnel it off in an offshore bank account in the Cayman Islands like a real man.
Well, no, maybe you can describe your practices. I mean, what do they look like?
Jillian,
Okay.
my practices are a gridiron meat sweat. You ever try and catch a pig who's been scurrying around in the mud for an hour? That's the type of D1 town that I'm preparing these kids for. In my practices, you'll find everything. You'll find shin burgers, muckrackers, a VHS I made in college explaining how to tackle, and we've even got hand sewage.
I don't know why I'm asking this. What is hand sewage?
Oh, it's that thing where your hand reeks so much from a day on the gridiron that the only way to truly clean it is if you dip it in sewage.
Oh, God, I'm gonna throw up.
All right, Coach
sorry.
Rex, this all sounds disgusting. I mean, this can't be what you do at your games, is it?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Jillian. In our games, we like to develop what I call an act first, think second approach. Sure, you should always think first. Obviously, think before you speak, think before you act. But metaphorically speaking, it's winners in life who do things before they think. Ha! Yeah. You're not a winner, are you, Dan?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I try to impart this wisdom on my young players, especially the younglings, the Pop Warner type guys. I look them in the eye, and I say this. I say, kids, remember 2 things in life. Act before you think. As long as the dent isn't bigger than 1/4 of an inch, you're free to drive away. It's fine.
No, look, Rex, that's not, we're teaching kids here, Rex. We can't, come on.
Coach, Daniel, come on.
I'm sorry, Coach Rex, can't you at least give us some hope for the sport? I mean, look, it's as divisive as it's ever been. Do you see it getting any better? Are you hydrated?
Oh, I'm hydrated, Dan. That's the 3rd thing that I always tell the kids. I forgot that one. Okay, Dan, your question about football, is it getting better? Is it a great sport? Is the sky blue? Is grass green? Does a hog squeal when you pick it up from its back hide? And... Of course, Dan. This is life, Daniel. I don't have to tell you this.
But like specifically, how do you see things getting better? I mean, how do you see things going better with this whole, national anthem controversy?
Well, back in my day, we didn't even kneel. Kneeling wasn't a thing. We didn't even have knees, for Christ's sake. It wasn't until World War II that this was instated into the game, into sports, people started kneeling. Honestly, in my opinion, it's just propaganda.
Oh, well, that's actually a really insightful point, Rex. Thank you for offering that. Like, we really appreciate this kind of dialogue on our show.
Yeah, we didn't have knees. Knees are an important thing. We should talk about that more.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, well, that's all the time we have. Give it up for Coach Rex, everybody.
Go Wolves!
Bring the live pigs back to football, everyone. Folks, we were just getting reports now that the death toll from the tsunami in Kansas has increased to 300 people and 75 are still missing. But don't worry, Stormy Daniels is on the case. More on this after the break.
The Robert Zemeckis Center, home to the award-winning television station Trojan Vision. Here, we foster brilliant students who produce innovative weekly television shows. Our students have won numerous awards in categories like Best Producing, Directing, and Writing. The success of Trojan Vision could not be possible without the creativity, intelligence, and vision of our students. Trojan Vision, award-winning, student-run.
You're watching Trojan Vision. For more of your favorite shows, check us out.
I hate commercials.
Me too.
I really like this color on you.
Really? I always try to get something a little bit darker.
You have to tell us about your new guy.
Oh, so honestly,
how about we not right now?
Why?
Hello, Trojan Vision is back on.
Oh.
Open up your door. I'm finished the ice. And I got something to show. Check it out.
Hey there, little fella.
Where do you think you're going?
Look here, boys. I don't think there needs to be any trouble, right? Not if you give us your milk money. Yeah, punk. Whoa, 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 whoa. Take it easy, guys. We could go back to my place and watch Trojan Vision. How about it? See, guys? This isn't so bad.
No. Where's our milk money?
Hey, Dan, I'm just trying to pick out what kind of milk I want from the grocery.
Budget for puppets.
Yeah. Man, I wish you could.
Okay, folks, and we're back. Hi. To the news. French President Macron reshuffled his cabinet in an effort to quell political instability, as if changing his name to Macaroon wouldn't immediately fix everything. Amazon is cutting warehouse workers' bonuses right before the holidays, because robots do not celebrate Christmas. A Massachusetts woman threw scalding hot soup in a restaurant owner's face after an argument, which in New England is actually a form of greeting.
Ford is proposing a new future without traffic lights, although my grandma has already seemed to take a head start on that. A Tennessee man was run over by a lawnmower while trying to kill his son with a chainsaw, giving rise to the pickup line, "Hey girl, are you from Tennessee? Because I want to dismember you with a chainsaw before getting mauled by a piece of a lawn equipment." An Australian mother used her own body to shield her baby during an intense hailstorm, while my mother once forgot me at a Bed Bath & Beyond for a full 3 hours.
Yeah, Ikea for me. The original Big Bird, who has been there for over 50 years, leaves Sesame Street. And after his retirement, he will go back to his street name, Medium Bird. Discarded hypodermic needles were found on a Sacramento Little League dugout, which explains why the Green Team's first baseman was so jacked. And Pope Francis defrocked 2 more priests accused of sex abuse, which I'm going to assume means he made them take off those weird cooking aprons.
Pope Francis defrocked 2 more priests accused of sex abuse, which I'm going to assume means that he took away their sacred geese. YouTube was down for users worldwide on Tuesday in a ploy by CBS to get millennials to finally watch Young Sheldon. Vladimir Putin claimed that the Russians will, quote, go to heaven in an event of nuclear war. Finland, on the other hand, will go to neutral purgatory. A teenager in California who was bitten by a shark was offered a free lifetime fishing license just in case he ever gets past his crippling fear of open water.
Right now. Oh my God, dude. Why are you here? Are you kidding me?
Wait, what? Who is it?
It's my friggin' neighbor, Dave. Get.
Oh, yeah, score! That's 1-0, Dan. Suck it.
Yes. This is my neighbor, Dave. And he always plays Beer Die 23 hours a day right outside my window, which means I get 0 hours of sleep.
What do you do with the other 1 hour?
I go through a lot of Kleenex.
Wow, how has this lifestyle been treating you?
Best 3 weeks of my life. I have solely been living on Natty Light, Funyuns, and Beechnet Classic Dip. Oh, score!
Yeah, 6 a.m. in the morning. I thought to myself, is that Mo Bamba playing outside? And I saw Dave, and he had not stopped playing Beer Die. I was disappointed, but honestly, part of me was kind of impressed.
Young Shackwell.
Okay, Dan, so how are you, if you mind me asking, how are you still alive?
Oh, Jillian, the everlasting love of my boys, obviously.
Yeah. Dave, I have one question for you. Where are those boys? I always seem to see you playing alone. Like, isn't that just no fun?
How dare you, Dan? The boys are always with me. In here and in here.
Okay, so when did you start playing Beer Die?
You know, it started 3 weeks ago. I was playing beer pong and started to ask myself, what am I doing with my life? Like, am I really gonna waste my time playing some stupid drinking game?
Wait, I'm sorry. How is Beer Die very different from beer pong? It's like...
Beer Die is the national pastime of the bros.
Where are these?
What are you talking about, bro? Check out this toss. Oh! Oh, God. No, I can't stop playing. I won't stop playing this stupid game, please, Jesus.
Oh my God. Whoa. Wait. Dave, what happens
Guys,
to...
I'm fine.
Okay.
Punk!
All right, well, we have to get on with the show. This was just really time for Dan to yell at you, but now you're just too sad.
Yeah, hey guys, my neighbor Dave, everybody. My neighbor Dave. Get out of here. Get out of here, Dave.
Okay. All right.
Folks, every once in a while, this network airs other programming. Crazy, right? Let's check in with another show where things are really heating up. Take a look.
Welcome back to Sliced, the Breakdown's new cooking competition series. You've been feeding me raw food all week and only one of you made sushi. Perhaps you'll do better with the dessert challenge. Open your bags. We've given you bacon-infused yogurt, one leaf I found in my driveway, the juice from one used Swiffer wet wipe, and a Hot Wheels car with a missing wheel. You have 13 minutes and 23 seconds. Let's get to it.
Are you serious? Okay, I might have rolled my eyes at the raw fish in the entree challenge, but this is absurd.
You gave us leaves for the appetizer.
My gardener called in sick and I needed to get rid of them, okay? Do people want to win the solid gold championship cup or don't you? Let's get cooking, chefs. Okay, chefs, let's see what you have for me.
I've drizzled a Swiffer juice reduction over my leaf-wrapped bacon yogurt dessert. It's been paired with a Hot Wheels biscotti for extra crunch.
Overcooked. But this is good. Decent Swiffer emotion.
Okay, it's all about the presentation value. I call it Meals on Wheels.
And now Clark. Clark, why haven't you made anything with your...
I've had it!
Whoa, Clark.
I swear,
Calm down.
I'd have to make one more inedible pastry on account of you.
Whoa there, come on, Clark.
Give me the gold.
Calm down.
Give me the gold!
It's not about the trophy, Clark.
Okay. You know what, Mary? I don't like cooking. and any idiot with half a brain can win slice. I just need the money that I can pawn from that beautiful statue. Give it to me.
Yeah,
Give it to me!
Of course, Clark, yeah. It's fine, yes, okay.
What?
Going over.
No! Go steal from some other cooking show, you phony!
Relax, guys. It's fine, okay? Clark, I'm reaching for the trophy.
Give it.
Here you go, Clark.
Ha! Oh. Stick that in your oven and cook it!
You know, I just wanted to have the honor of being the best chef.
Damn you, Clark!
Well, someone should probably tell Clark that that trophy, along with every other trophy here, is absolutely fake. And these guys need to get a life. Remember to tune in next week. I'm your host, Fiona Swimmer, breaking it down from the kitchen.
Hey, Dan, you clean the dishes?
What's up?
You clean the dishes, right?
Yeah, no, I got you.
Explain this! Why is
Look,
this
it was
dirty?
under the couch for a
yeah,
week, and
okay.
I was tired of
And we're back.
Oh, gosh,
and
hi.
we're back.
News?
News.
Folks, researchers at the University of Michigan have found that exposure to polluted air greatly increases one's risk of developing chronic kidney disease. Now, to discuss this new development, please welcome to the program kidney expert Steve Rennell, everyone.
Hey, thanks, Dan.
Yeah,
Jillian,
no problem.
Actually, Jillian, you're looking all well filtered, you know?
Thanks, Steve.
So, Steve, how exactly does this polluted air damage our kidneys?
Oh, kidneys, you know, what do they do? How do they work? Well, what do they look like?
Not what I asked.
The truth is, I have no idea. But to answer your question, I assume it have to do something bean-like. Yeah?
Steve, I'm sorry. I thought you were a kidney expert.
Oh, yeah, that's a bit of a misnomer. I'm more of a kidney philanthropist, right? All about donating. Isn't that right, Julian?
Yeah, that's right. Steve here was kind enough to give me a kidney when I needed it.
Wait, when did you need a kidney, Jillian?
Let's just say that sometimes in life you wake up in a bathtub full of ice with a sticky note on your forehead that says, "Get to that hospital ASAP."
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, thank God for me, right? Thank you. That's a phrase I haven't heard yet since I came on the program, Jill.
Okay, well, enough about my issues.
2 words. Rhymes with dank stew.
All right, thank you, Steve. We're gonna have to just
Cut you
we'll
off.
pay away
Okay.
for that. Steve, everyone.
Alrighty.
Wow.
Should we get back to it?
Oh yeah, we gotta do that.
Alrighty. Micronesia, a tropical marine climate moderated by seasonal northeast trade winds.
Micronesia, the German-Spanish Treaty of 1899.
Micronesia, at one point stronger than the British Empire.
Micronesia, worldwide leader in shin kicking.
Have we reached the quota yet?
Not even close.
Micronesia, it's 10 letters.
Micronesia, it's paying my bills.
Micronesia, it's a small nesia.
Size doesn't matter in
This
Micronesia.
has been the breakdown.
That may have been Micronesia. Did we get it?
I think we
got
keep
it.
going.
Okay, we got it. Funded Solely by Micronesia.
Only by Micronesia.
Only had to kill one person for that ad. What? Oh. Oh, God.
So back to the spatula.
Yeah.
That is fascinating. I had no idea that's why they called it ice cream.